In 1957, construction began on what was supposed to be one of the modern wonders of the world, the Sydney Opera House. The plan was clean, simple, and incredibly optimistic. It was budgeted to cost $7 million Australian dollars and was scheduled to open its doors to the public in 1963. 5 years, they thought. Plenty of time. But when the doors finally opened, the year was 1973. It took not 5 years, but 14. And that modest $7 million budget? It ballooned to a staggering $102 million. That is an over-budget increase of more than 1,400%. Now you might look at that and think, well, that's just government bureaucracy, a massive public project. That doesn't apply to me. But think about your own life. Have you ever sat down on a Sunday night, mapped out a simple to-do list for Monday, and genuinely believed you'd finish it all by lunch? Then Monday evening rolls around, and you've barely finished the second item. Or perhaps you've taken on a quick home renovation, or a simple work report telling yourself, this will take me 2 hours max. Only to find yourself hunched over your laptop at 2 in the morning, wondering where the day went. Why do we do this? Why do the smartest human beings on Earth, from world-class architects to everyday people, consistently fail to answer one simple question? How long will this take? Welcome to the planning fallacy. The term planning fallacy was first coined in 1979 by legendary psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. It describes our innate, almost stubborn tendency to underestimate the amount of time, costs, and risks a future task will take, while simultaneously overestimating the benefits. But here's the kicker that makes it a true fallacy rather than just a simple mistake. We do this even when we have direct, personal experience showing us that similar tasks in the past have taken much longer. If you wrote a term paper last semester and it took you 2 sleepless nights, your brain should theoretically learn from that experience. Yet, when the next paper is assigned, you look at the calendar and think, oh, I can easily knock this out in a single afternoon. Kahneman and Tversky realize that when we build a plan, we don't look at our past reality. Instead, we look at a best-case idealized future. We assume that everything will go perfectly. So, what is actually happening inside our heads to cause this cognitive blind spot? Psychologists point to 3 massive culprits. First, there is optimism bias. As humans, we are naturally wired to believe that the future will be brighter and smoother than the past. When we picture ourselves writing a script, coding a program, or cleaning the garage, we imagine a version of ourselves that is laser-focused, uninterrupted, and highly motivated. We don't picture ourselves getting distracted by a text message, struggling with a slow internet connection, or having to stop to fix a broken tool. Second, we fall victim to what is called the inside view. When we plan, we focus intensely on the specific steps of our project. Step A, Step B, and Step C. We map a direct line from start to finish. What we fail to look at is the outside view, the statistical distribution of how long this type of project actually takes for other people. We treat our situation as completely unique, ignoring the universal laws of delay. Finally, there's attribution bias. When past projects ran late, how did you justify it? You probably blamed external random events. You tell yourself, well, it only took long last time because I got sick. Or, the client took forever to reply. We write off our past delays as one-off flukes. But in the real world, flukes happen every single time. There is always a delay. We just don't know what shape it will take. The planning fallacy isn't just an annoying quirk. It has massive real-world consequences. In business, it destroys trust. When you consistently promise clients or your team that a project will be done by Friday, and it repeatedly drags into the following Tuesday, your professional credibility takes a hit, no matter how high the quality of your work is. In our personal lives, it is a primary driver of chronic stress and burnout. When we constantly fail to meet our own unrealistic expectations, we don't blame our planning. We blame ourselves. We assume we are lazy, disorganized, or unproductive. We carry around a heavy backpack of guilt, completely unaware that the actual problem wasn't our work ethic, it was our math. We set ourselves up to fail before we even begin. So, how do we escape this tomorrow trap? Fortunately, behavioral scientists have given us some highly effective tools to fight back. The first step is a technique called reference class forecasting. Stop asking yourself, how long will this take me? Instead, ask, how long does this typically take someone else? If you are launching a website, look up the industry average. If it's a home project, ask a friend how long theirs actually took. Base your timeline on historical data, not your personal hopes. The second tool is a simple, brute force way to combat optimism bias. Apply the 1.5x rule. Calculate your best guess estimate and then multiply it by 1.5 or even 2. If your gut tells you a presentation will take 4 hours to build, budget 6 hours. If you finish early, you win free time. If you don't, you remain on schedule. Finally, try conducting a pre-mortem. Before starting, fast forward to the end of the project and imagine it was a total disaster. It took twice as long and cost twice as much. Now, write down exactly why that happened. This forces your brain to identify hidden risks, bottlenecks, and delays before they actually manifest. The next time you sit down to plan your day, your week, or your next big project, remember, a plan is not a prediction of a perfect future. It is a roadmap through a messy, unpredictable world. Stop planning for the perfect, frictionless version of tomorrow. Start planning for the real world, delays, distractions, and all. Your future self will thank you for it. To better know yourself and tricks your mind is playing on you, subscribe for more.